now.
Welcome back to the GSMC Hockey Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. We're moving on to our third segment of the night, talking about the Edmonton Oilers acquiring Matthew Savoie via a trade. Matthew Savoie, fantastic prospect. I just ranked my top 20 prospects in the NHL. I gave Matthew Savoie the 13th ranked prospect. I really like this kid. I had him above like Denton Matejchuk. I can't recall my entire rankings, but I really like Matthew Savoie, and I think he's going to produce at a top 6 NHL level here soon. Last season, he was traded in the middle of the WHL season, but that didn't stop him from putting up 71 points in 34 games played. Over 2 points per game. Of course, I mean, he is a lot older than the other kids, right? He is 20. You're going up against like 17, 16, and 18-year-olds in the dub. He is still fantastic. And in the playoffs, 24 points in 19 games played. What does bother me a little bit is for the Canada U20 team, he only had 1 point in 4 games played, but he was a +2. I don't know how much that does bother me. It's up in the air. But at the AHL level last year, in 6 games played, he had 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists. The guy scores everywhere he goes. He's a fantastic prospect. I love him as a prospect. I think he could definitely be very good. Back in the 2022 NHL draft, this is a report from the Elite Prospects. Heavy crossover use and constant motion propel his high pace, constantly attacking approach, making his every puck touch an opportunity to create a scoring chance. Then Savoie stacks a brilliant first touch handling skill, an in-stride wrister, and 1 and 2 touch passing ability on top of that, skating and pace combo to ensure many of those chances aren't for naught. He does score a lot. He is a fantastic, fast center. Matthew Savoie will be tell me that this guy won't be amazing with Draisaitl or McDavid. I have him projected more as a winger at the NHL level anyways, and I think he'll definitely play well with them. He's 5'10", 180 right now. That is a winger to me. I think at the NHL level, he's going to play amazing in that top 6 in Edmonton. That's something that I'm really looking forward to. So for the Edmonton Oilers, it's a fantastic trade. Let's talk about this on the other side, though. For the Buffalo Sabres to get Ryan McLeod, a lot of people were you name it, whatever social media you want to go to, were kind of clowning, I would say, the Edmonton Oilers for this trade. I think that is wrong, though. I do believe that for the Edmonton Oilers, they didn't get fleeced in this one. I think Ryan McLeod is a fantastic forward piece that was underutilized in Edmonton. Looking at some of the underlying stats for Ryan McLeod, his projected WAR is at a 70%, which is or in the 70th percentile. That is fantastic. His expected value on offense is in the 76th percentile. I'm getting all these stats from a Twitter page called JFresh. That is a fantastic statistic Twitter page that I would recommend you guys check out. But he is a fantastic player. Expected value on offense, 76%. Expected value on defense at an 88 percentile. Penalty kill percentile, 98%. Primary assist, 79 percentile. He is a fantastic center that for the Buffalo Sabres, that's a guy that they need. He could plug in on a second line. I think a lot of people, what they get stuck on is that they were expecting this guy to be a bottom 6, like a third or fourth line center, and I just don't think that that's who he is. I do believe that this guy is a second line center that is that is gonna be a fantastic penalty kill guy. I think of kind of similarly to I guess like a Boone Jenner kind of thing in Columbus, where it is a good center that you use for penalty kill, but he shouldn't be on the first or second line, but that doesn't mean he's invaluable to you, and he definitely could be a second line center at that. Just looking at his underlying stats, it looks very, very impressive, and just like everything about this kid speaks out to me that he is going to be good in this league for a very long time. He's also only 25, Ryan McLeod is. That's still very young. He's on a 2.1 by 1 deal. If the Buffalo Sabres are able to re-sign him, I think that this trade looks very great. There were reports that this trade was going to happen on draft night, but or at least Ryan McLeod going to Buffalo was going to happen on draft night, but Buffalo got Constantinius, I believe, at the 14th overall pick, and they wanted to stick there because they liked that kid a lot. So for the Sabres, I do like I think that it's definitely a fine deal that a lot of people are kind of blowing it out of proportion, because I mean, if you look on social media, you would think that they just traded Sidney Crosby for a bag of peanuts is what this deal would seem to you if you're just looking at comments about it online. Matthew Savoie is a fantastic prospect. I do have him 13th in my prospect rankings. He still hasn't proven anything at the NHL level, and Ryan McLeod has. Ryan McLeod was just a perennial forward on a Stanley Cup Finals team that was one game away from winning a Stanley Cup. This guy is going to help Buffalo out for a very long time. I think it's more than a fine deal, and a lot of people are just kind of blowing it out of proportion, like I said. So I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts if you want to put in the comments. But yeah, I believe that it's not a fair trade. I do believe that the Oilers got the better end of it, but I do believe that it's a lot more fair than what guys think. I mean, like I said, Matthew Savoie, yes, he's putting up these numbers, 71 points in 34 games played. He's putting up these numbers in the WHL. He's 20 years old. He just needs to... I need to see more from him playing against very great competition. In total in the WHL in his career, he has 263 points in 183 games. That is very impressive, but he's been there for 4 years. I think that is worrisome, and I think that would worry anybody, any general manager. And the Buffalo Sabres, while it might have been early to move on from this kid who definitely could have helped their forward group out in the future, I don't think it's completely wrong, especially with what I'm saying, with what they're getting back, a Ryan McLeod, that's very impressive. So once again, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. If you want to put in the comment section down below, I am very intrigued on this one. It was stuff that I love to read the comments on, because I was shocked at how many people thought it was a fleece, but not really at the same time. So that'll wrap it up for our third segment of the night, talking about the Buffalo Sabres trading Matthew Savoie. And funnily enough, this just comes on the exact same night that we're going to be talking about the Buffalo Sabres in a season preview. So we're going to be talking about that when I come back for my third break of the night.
For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC to access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.